with Mandalorian Season 3 finally airing on Disney Plus, you know we had to count down the top 5 essential Black Series figures for your Mandalorian collection.
No better time.
I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
Sup, guys?
Hit like, hit subscribe. Now it's time to talk some essential Mandalorian figures. Justin, the Mandalorian subline of the Black Series is one of the biggest, if not is the biggest.
Yeah, for sure.
With over 30 figures to choose from, they have gone down the well for the first 2 seasons, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more for Season 3.
Mandomania!
But it's time to play that algorithm game, Justin. We have 5 figures to go over and an honorable mention. Starting things off, the honorable mention is Grogu. And why is it an honorable mention? Because I don't think it's really a figure.
He's an accessory, all right?
He is a little accessory and is an accessory for the most part, although there are 2 releases. There is a red and black box release from a couple of years ago, and then now there is a new Galaxy packaging release that comes with a pram and a bunch of other stuff. So while I think Grogu is obviously an essential character for your Mandalorian display, I just didn't feel right including it on the list because it's just not a figure to me.
Especially the full price $25 version. That is not worth it.
Not at all.
Getting into the actual list here, number 5, which might come in as a little bit of a surprise, but we have some logic and reason behind it. It is Din Djarin in his Beskar armor, the definitive look of Mando. But the reason you put him at number 5 is because there is a newly tooled Din Djarin in his Beskar armor coming out in the near future. He is pipelined and should come with like the dark saber from the scene in Book of Boba Fett. So
yeah, because the Beskar Mando figure we have right now is a pretty solid release. However, it does have some pretty glaring inaccuracies, mainly the helmet. I think if they could just resculpt that little bit, the figure would be damn near perfect. Now, this upcoming one is going to be in a Book of Boba Fett box, but, you know, who really cares because it's still going to be the Beskar Mando look. So,
yeah,
obviously, Beskar Mando, essential for your Black Series Mandalorian display, as it is the main character of the show.
Yeah.
But we wanted to keep it at number 5 because there is potentially a much better version of this figure coming down the road very soon. And that leads us into number 4, which is Paz Vizsla, aka the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian.
Such a fantastic figure. I love when they take the big, bulky boys and they just give them really good articulation. They did the same thing with the Gamorrean Guard. This Paz Vizsla figure is incredible. It was a deluxe figure when it initially released. Also got a carbonized version. The carbonized version actually doesn't look too bad because in Book of Boba Fett he actually does have some shiny armor.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like Paz is going to be playing a bigger role in Season 3 of Mando. Maybe that means we'll get a re-release where they'll give us his little shield.
Yeah.
And the vibro knife.
Yeah, I'd totally be down for that. But yeah, like you said, he's been popping up in the trailers a bit more for Season 3. So he had to go on the list.
Yep.
Number 3 is a popular one, the Death Watch Mandalorian Warrior. This is just like one of the best Black Series figures of recent years. And that's why he's on the list. I mean, they're not really that prevalent, but it's a cool looking Mando warrior. And I mean, Death Watch is Death Watch. They're a faction, you know, from the Clone Wars and everything. So I just think, yeah, definitely an essential pick from the Mandalorian.
Right. It's an army builder. Not only that, I think everyone was caught off guard when we actually started to get this figure in hand because most of us were assuming it was just a repaint / slight retool from the Beskar Mando figure, but it actually turned out to be a 100% brand new sculpt. Although I think some people say like the thing under the underlay is the same as Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, but that's like getting really deep into it.
Yeah, and the Boba Fett was also new, so it's still like a fresh piece.
Yeah,
if you will. Also, the knee pad is not glued to the, upper part of the thigh, which is great.
Yeah, and not only that, this one is, of course, an army builder, but it also unlocks the potential for them to reuse this figure to maybe give us all those different colored Mandos we're seeing in the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. I want all those.
I'm so down for that. They did Axe Woves on this body, so, I have no doubt that they'll pump out some more.
Moving on to number 2, it is a character that made her live-action debut in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and we are talking about Lady Bo-Katan Kryze.
Mm-hmm.
What an amazing figure. Again, another brand new sculpt. First time we're getting the female Mandalorian. Sabine. I know. Second time we're getting a female Mandalorian in the line, but she is a brand new sculpt. They didn't reuse any parts at all from the Sabine figure.
True.
This one is easily one of the best Black Series sculpts just in general.
The photoreal.
Yeah, the sculpting of the face plus the photoreal, I think they really nailed the hair. The only thing, some of the colors are a little bit too bright.
Like the holster.
Yeah. And some of the blue, I think, could have been darkened just a little bit. I think the TVC figure really nailed the accurate colors. But the Black Series one is, of course, essential, not only because she's, again, going to seemingly play a significant role in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, but B, it's Bo-Katan.
Yeah, Bo-Katan is in, Clone Wars, Rebels, Mando, so pretty essential.
Yeah, not only essential for the Mandalorian display, but she can transcend that and go in your Rebels or your Clone Wars display.
True. And lastly, this is one of the best engineered Black Series of recent years, and it is Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka, A, very popular character. B, loved her arc in The Mandalorian. C, this is an amazing, excellent figure. D, she also appears in the Book of Boba Fett. And, also getting her own spin-off show later this year. And again, the figure is just chef's kiss excellent.
Easily top 3 photoreal likenesses. I mean, it straight up just looks like a tiny Rosario Dawson Ahsoka in your hands. Like you mentioned, the engineering, the hidden butterfly joints that are just worked perfectly into the design of the figure. It is just one of the most marvelous executions we've seen so far, and is easily the best Ahsoka figure. She can actually stand up, Justin.
She's been on my shelf for a long time and has never fallen.
Dynamic posing, and she stands up just fine, which is something you cannot say for the Rebels or the Clone Wars Ahsoka.
True. Love the thick blade, the white. First time we're ever getting a white saber in the line.
Rebels Ahsoka?
Fuck! Love the lightsabers as well. It's the newer style, the thicker blades for her iconic white lightsabers. Just an all-around, they absolutely nailed that figure. Only thing is she should have came with that cloak, which is, of course, in that Amazon 3-pack. But I didn't want to pay that price just for the cloak. So I'm sure she'll get another release for the Ahsoka series. But in the meantime, it's just a really nice episode of The Mandalorian. Probably one of the best episodes.
And so I guess that means if you really wanted to, that Amazon 3-pack could be pretty advantageous if you don't have Ahsoka or Mando.
That's what
or
we were
Grogu.
saying when that 3-pack came out. If you're just now jumping in, yeah, sure, absolutely. It was also looked a little shinier on Mando.
Yeah.
And you got the Beskar spear. So, yeah, I guess that is a good way if you absolutely did not have those characters before. But, yeah, that's it for the Essentials list. Banging. I mean, they've made so many great Mandalorian figures. A lot of new sculpts have been dedicated to the line, but honestly, I agree with the number 1 Ahsoka. We also have, HK-87 coming out. So there's, other figures from that little arc that you can get your nice little scene going.
But there you go. There you have it. That was 5 essential Mandalorian Black Series figures for your Mandalorian display. Hopefully you enjoyed this list. Let us know what your essential Mandalorian figures are in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you'd like to support us in a more direct manner, we do also offer a channel membership for 99 cents a month. and we have a small collection of merch as well. There are links for everything in the description of this video. Big thank you and special shout out to our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.